Shalom, shalom, everybody. Welcome to my channel. All right, so I'm out here getting my run on, getting my workout on, and I just had a conversation with somebody, and I need to do this video right now. I had to stop running and do this video right now. Okay, it's the Sex is Marriage Pimp game. There's a pimp game going on, just in case you sisters were not aware, and I want you to share this video with every sister you know. Okay, this is a pimp game. Sex is Marriage Pimp game, and let me tell you how it works. The Sex is Marriage Pimp game is, if I have sex with you, we marry. All right, so if a brother approach you and say, I had sex with you, we marry, he's planning on having sex with you, and that's the way he's trying to get you to have sex, saying that we're married if we have sex. And so a lot of times these brothers be, how do you have sex with 6 or 7 women? You had 6 or 7 wives? Yeah, I had 6 or 7 wives last year. That's a very clear red flag that he's using the Bible to get sex from women. So he might have had 5 or 6 women he had sex with last year, and he claimed he married to them all. Well, where they all go? I had to get rid of her because this. Well, I had to get rid of that wife because of that. And really, at the end of the day, he's using, it's a pimp game. That's number one. Number one red flag is he come to you and say, sex is marriage. That's number 1 red flag. Number 2 red flag, you ask him how many wives had he had every year for the past 10 years. And if he tell you he had all these multiple wives and he ain't with them all no more, they all gone, and you know, he can't stay he can't keep a relationship. It's not about marriage. He's not trying to stay long term. He's just trying to hit it and quit it for us and get some sex, maybe 6 months from a sister, and then move on to the next pretty sister. All right? So that's the number 2 red flag, that he got multiple wives and ain't with them no more. They only stay for a short time, like 6 years, a year, maybe even 3 years, 2 or 3 years, but they gone. But he always got a bunch of wives because he's telling all of them, you my wife now that we slept together. So all you got to do is have sex and we married. Okay, so basically the 3rd red flag is that the reason why this is such a pimp game is because it leaves the brother with no accountability. All right, so in Hebraic culture, you have the betrothal period. So during the betrothal, you betrothed to a brother or you are engaged to a brother. There is a public announcement made like, hey, y'all, we are engaged. So there's a public announcement of the engagement. But when sex is marriage, when you lay with somebody, ain't nobody else there to witness that y'all lay together. And so he could just say later on, I ain't touch her. You know, I don't know what she's talking about. I ain't married to her. That happens a lot of times. Believe me, that happens a lot of times. So don't fall for it. Don't fall for the Sex is Marriage pimp game. It is a straight up pimp game. It's being ran by a lot of whorish men. They come from the street, they hoes in the street, then they get the Bible and they stay a hoe. They try to use scriptures to justify their whoredom. And that's a very evil thing to do. You know, the Bible is a spiritual book about spiritual growth. It's not about lust. So you can't use the fact that you're using lust and try to find scriptures to twist them to justify your lust is very evil. So know this. If you're talking to a brother and he come to you, sex is marriage. If I had sex with you, I'm married to you. He's running a game on you, and you open your legs and have sex with him. You just got played. You played yourself. You played yourself, because he ain't gotta work. He ain't gotta work for nothing. He ain't gotta pursue you. He ain't gotta prove himself to you. He don't have to spend time with you, go on dates. He ain't got to do a betrothal. He don't have to have a wedding. He don't have to spend no money. That's the main thing. He ain't got to spend no money. He ain't got to buy a dress. He ain't got to buy his garment. He ain't got to go get counseling. He ain't got to go to the elders. He don't have to go to nobody's Sex is Marriage game. You just skip all the responsibility and go straight to marriage. Now, anytime a man has to skip all his responsibility, have sex with you, sister, he ain't gonna respect you after that. It's like a thing inside of a man. It's like nature. Like they have to work for something in order to value it. They have to feel like, you know, I put in all this work, all this time, all this energy, pursuing this sister for a year, courting this sister for 2 years. And then he marry you, he value you. But once you give up the sex, even if he come to you with the sex is marriage bullshit, once you give up the sex, he don't respect you. He like, oh, she was easy. Oh, she a hoe. She ain't. Something about a man inside, they don't respect that. So you played yourself, sister. Look, I ain't beating up on nobody because I've been there. I experienced the sexist marriage game. Somebody played me. And at the end of the day, I can't be mad at the brother. I played myself. Sisters, make them work. Make them prove themselves. As the scriptures say. You have to prove a friend. You have to prove yourself. Don't get weak. And I know a lot of you sisters are practicing abstinence, and like me, I was practicing abstinence for many years, and many of the sisters, sometimes we get weak. We only human. We get weak sometimes. So this is not beating up on the sisters, but I gotta be truthful. I gotta tell you the truth. You play yourself. I don't care what come out his mouth. I don't care what Bible scriptures he show you. The minute you open your legs, something inside, he lose respect. Okay? You got to let him court you. I would say at least a year. If he courts you exclusively, no sex with nobody, and he courts you exclusively, and he prove himself, he a man of his word, he do everything he say he gonna do, and you find out that he's healthy, he's emotionally healthy, physically healthy, financially healthy, and you find out, oh wow, after a year you meet his family, you meet his friends, wherever he's fellowship. Whoever he fellowships with, and you really get to know him after a year. You really get to know him. If he stick around for a year and don't have sex with nobody, and he's abstinent too, you abstinent, he abstinent, he's serious about you. You can tell the men who's serious about you when you take sex off the table. When you have sex with them, there's no way. There's no way. Now you done gave him everything he been wanting. You gave him. He don't have to work for it. You gave it up. And you went for the sexist marriage pimp game. It's a pimp game! Don't go for it! He gonna lose all respect. Let me tell you something. It is so humiliating after you go through the sexist marriage pimp game. Then all of a sudden he act funny and he dump you and then go to the next woman. It's humiliating. It's humiliating. You like, I believe this nigga. And he brought the scriptures because, the daughters of Zion, we love scriptures. So they use what we love against us. They use the scriptures and the word to get sex from you. You don't think people using the word of God to get sex from you? The sexist marriage is a pimp game. Technically, yes, if you have sex with somebody, you are married. But that ain't what they doing. They using that concept and that part of our culture to get sex from as many beautiful Hebrew sisters they can find. Don't go from that. They a bunch of niggas with some fringes on and their head covered. They a bunch of lustful Negroes. They need to grow. That's what a Negro is. One who need to grow. Okay, and what else I wanted to say? I wanted to mention the ketubah. And the ketubah, if you're married to a brother and he's monogamous, he have to write down in the ketubah. He have to write down in the ketubah that I am a monogamous man and I'm marrying one woman, and that's what I vow in these vows. So the sexist marriage game makes a man not responsible for vows. So he can tell you 1 minute, yes, sister, I only want one wife. And then once you lay down with him, have sex with him, he come back. I think the Holy Spirit is telling me to get another wife. Game! That's game! That's game, baby! How you just gonna switch up on me? How you just gonna switch up on me and tell me later you want another wife? No. If you write in the ketubah, in the marriage vows, that I'm marrying this woman, I'm committed to her, I will not cheat on her, and I make that vow. When you vow, that's serious. And when you vow the vow and you write it on a piece of paper, that's a contract, baby. You just you just played yourself, sister. Because now he ain't got a vow, no vows to you. He don't have to stick to nothing he vowed to Yah on paper. You know, you make this vow in front of your community. You make this vow before Yah is on paper. So you didn't even give him the opportunity to prove himself and to vow these vows on paper. So he ain't got to do nothing. You just opened your legs. He had sex with you. He can do what he want to do after that. Because that's basically fornication. You fornicated. He didn't betroth you. He didn't marry you. He didn't stand no ketubah. He didn't go to no council. He didn't go to no elders and say, hey, I want to marry this sister. We want to have some sittings. We want to have some pre-marriage counseling, pre-marriage guidance, some coaching. He not accountable to nobody. He ain't got to check in with nobody. He don't want to check in with nobody, sis. He just want to get it, and he want to go straight to the sex, and he want to skip everything. He want to skip the ketubah. He don't want to vow no vows, because he held spiritually to them vows. When you write them vows on the paper and you say them out loud in front of people, hey, you being held in public before the eyes of God and everybody else at the ceremony, that you being held accountable. And it takes the responsibility and the accountability from him. He don't have to be accountable. Don't go for the sex is marriage game. And I want to repeat this. I'm not saying that sex is not marriage. When you have sex with somebody, you are married. But what I'm saying is that's kind of like a special situation for people who slip up and have an accident, because really you don't want to have sex. You don't have sex before marriage. You don't have sex before. Don't do it. Please don't do it. I don't care what he say. I don't care how much you want him. Stay away from him. Hang up the phone. Don't call. Whatever you got to do. Don't. If your flesh is weak, go pray. Get on your knees and pray, because you don't want to be used, taken advantage of. I don't care how emotional you feel and how much you love them. You want to do it right. You want to do things right, because once it's done correctly, you can skip a lot of pain. That is the whole purpose of having an engagement, a betrothal, and having a wedding. So you can skip liars and cheaters and people with not true intentions. And skip a lot of humiliation and pain. Now you done had sex with this brother. Then he done dumped you and went to this one. Then he done dumped her and went, oh, it's gross. Trust me, you don't want to experience that. You don't want to experience that. This is how he's supposed to come to you. Sister, you beautiful. I really love you, and I'm working to get to know you. My flesh is weak. But I'm not going to touch you. I'm not going to touch you. I'm going to honor you. I'm going to treat you like the queen that you are. I'm going to treat you like the princess that you are. I'm not going to touch you. I want us to do this right. I want us to do this right in the eyes of Yah, in the eyes of our community. I want to be a good example. And most of all, I want to respect you. You deserve a man who won't touch you. You deserve a man who gonna marry you and treat you right. And now I'm that type of man. And so because I have integrity, that's the type of brother you want. I got integrity, sister. I'm not going to put my hands on you. I respect you. I respect our culture. I respect our laws. And I want you to know I'm serious about you. I'm not going to touch you. I'm going to get engaged. I'm going to court you for a year. And I'm get engaged. And I'm going to pay for the wedding. I'm going to pay for you. Ain't got to pay for nothing. I got this. That's the type of man you want. A capable man. You don't want no broke brother talking about sex is marriage. Because he's trying to get out of the pan for things. He's trying to get out of work. He's trying to go straight to the pussy. Excuse my expression, but I gotta bring it home. Come on, sisters. Come on, sisters. We got to hold ourselves accountable. And we can't blame these men. We got to teach each other. Each one teach one. Pass this video on to the next sister. Every sister. And each one teach one. Don't go for the sex is marriage game. When you have sex with somebody, you are married to them. But what they doing is creating a pimp game to get sex with a lot of women. And just don't have sex. Just don't have sex. Marry me first. Marry me first. Respect me. Honor me as a beautiful, holy, divine daughter of Zion. Don't do me like that. And sisters, don't do yourself like that. Don't play yourself. The brother who gonna court you for a year and he's gonna be You know, he's going to be honorable. He's going to have integrity. He's going to be respectful. He's going to have his money together. When you're ready to get married, everything paid for, laid out. You get your counseling. All these things you need to do. Then you have your wedding ceremony. Have all the sex you want. Because the brother who does that is the brother who's serious about you. I love you so much. You guys have a wonderful day.